I want to get your thoughts today. We're minutes away from Donald J. Trump's historic speech at the Bitcoin conference. I want to talk a little bit about your Bitcoin journey. Maybe you can tell us how your thoughts on Bitcoin have evolved in 2012 when you were running for president. A lot of young, enthusiastic kids coming to you with this maybe crazy idea.
Well, I have to say, I see it through my personal viewpoint, and that is, we already touched on this, if you take the principles of liberty, the people solve these problems. I didn't stay up and say, I understand inflation and we have to solve this problem. I think I'm going to invent the Bitcoin or something like that. But no,
So
you have to have freedom of choice. You have to have freedom of choice. So that's important. Otherwise, the ideas can't develop. So I have a lot of confidence in people who are allowed to make up their own mind, recognize that they own their lives, they ought to own their own money, and there's one strict rule of this almost total freedom, is you can't use violence and you can't defraud, because if you break the rules of natural law, it's not going to work out. And that's a contest that's been going on for thousands of years, the good and the bad and the natural law. But we're up against right now in this country groups of people that said, you believe in this truth thing. You're always seeking truth. What is right and wrong? And they actually have a philosophy. Marxism is based on it. They don't have it. Don't waste your time trying to find out what truth is, because there is no truth. So what does that do? Opens up the door to tyranny. That's what they do. It's an open up the force, and that's where we are. And then the bubbles, and I see it as a moral bankruptcy and a financial bankruptcy, and it does end. And it is ending. This bubble's going to burst. The biggest question is, how are they going to survive? How will we survive? And that is what we don't know. If it isn't connected with maximizing and the understanding of liberty, it's not going to work. And so sometimes this has gone through history at times, and sometimes that we'll end up getting a worse government. So if things don't come along where they decide that the principles of limited government and personal freedom, if that's not acceptable, we're all going to suffer more. We see some of the results, in our cities now, with more homeless people and all this. That's the payment that is coming back. But I also I'm really an optimist on this, because I do believe when I see a crowd like this, that if you're indicating the possibility that some of them came because they heard the principles of liberty, that would excite me. And I think there are people that get excited about liberty.